Good morning, boys and girls. Boys and girls, today we will take up chapter 1 from the book Snapshort. So, the name of the chapter is The Summer of the Beautiful White Horse, which is written by William Saroyan. Okay, so let's go and see what William Saroyan has written. Now, let's see on your mobile screens, you can see that there is a world map which is given. I've already sent you the world map earlier. Now, this story is about two poor Armenian boys who belong to a tribe whose hallmarks are trust and honesty. So, there are two boys. This story is about two boys and they are Anam and Murad. Okay. So, Anam and Murad are two poor boys and they belong to Armenia. And this map that I have sent to you earlier, this map is about where the country Armenia is situated. Okay. Now, they belong to a tribe. I'll let you know the name of the tribe later on. Here, what is the tribe famous for? What is the hallmark? What is the goodwill of the tribe? It is trust and honesty. And this is what we all should have in us. We should have a goodwill. People should trust us. We should always be honest in every situation of our lives as long as we live. So this is what we are going to be reading about in this chapter. Okay. Now, one day back there in the good old days when I was 9 and the world was full of every imaginable kind of magnificence and life was still a delightful and mysterious dream. My cousin Murad, who was considered crazy by everybody who knew him except me, came to my house at 4 o'clock in the morning and woke me up tapping on the window of my room where I was sleeping. So, boys and girls, here you will find in this paragraph that this paragraph or this story is being dictated by Anam, and Anam and Murad are cousin brothers. Okay, so Anam is saying that good old days means those days when we had a lot of fun, the day of childhood. So those days when Anam was 9 years old, he said, I could imagine all the wonderful, awesome, magnificent, imaginable kind of things that happened. And it was delightful and it was a real dream, a mysterious dream when I think of it now. And he says, everybody in the neighborhood, everybody in our tribe called Murad, my cousin, a crazy boy. Like he was mad at things. Everybody knew him except me. I never knew that he was so crazy, but he was good. And one day what happened early in the morning at 4 o'clock, this boy managed to reach Murad's house, tapped on the window, means made a sound by tapping at the window, and Murad was sleeping in a room, and on the same window this boy tapped, and all of a sudden Murad woke up. Okay, now we'll see what happened when he heard the tapping. Okay, so it's not very clear. Yes, Aram, he said, I jumped out of my bed and looked out of the window. I couldn't believe what I saw. Now Aram is saying, when he heard 4 o'clock in the morning, it is so dark. Still there is no light outside. But still there was very little light, and he jumped out of his bed when he heard him. And he said, I opened the window and I could not believe what I saw. Okay, you can see in the picture, Anam is peeping out of the window. It wasn't morning yet, means still it was not morning, but there was slight light. Okay, but it was summer, and with daybreak, not many minutes around the corner of the world, it was light enough for me to know I wasn't dreaming. So here, this boy is saying that it was daybreak, means still it was time for the sun to come out. तो इसको आप ये बोल सकते हो पहट का समय है ये, ओके. एंड देयर वाज स्टिल लिटिल लाइट दैट दिस बॉय कुड एक्चुअली सी. नाउ ही इज सेइंग still it was time for morning, okay. It was light enough for me to know I wasn't dreaming. So he said, when I got up, there was light. I knew I was not dreaming, and what I was watching, what I was seeing out of the window was actually real. Yes, he said in Armenian, and in his language he said yes to his brother Murad, who was outside the window. It's a horse. You are not dreaming. Make it quick if you want to ride. He said, yes, you are not dreaming. It is a horse, a real horse. And if you want to ride, quickly come out. Don't take much time. I knew my cousin Murad enjoyed being alive more than anybody else who had ever fallen into the world by mistake. But this was more than even I could believe. Now he said, I knew my cousin Murad, he was jolly good fellow. He always wanted to have fun. He was full of life. And he said, like everybody who came into this world, okay, they would always like to have fun. But I knew him that this boy was different. And here what it says, anybody else who had ever fallen into the world by mistake, means anybody who has born on this world. My brother was absolutely different, my cousin brother Murad. And he said, but this was more. And he said, what I could see, him coming with a horse, but this was more than what I believed that he could ever do in his life. In the first place, my earliest memories had been memories of horses, and my first longings had been longings to ride. This was the wonderful part. Now he said, I always had a desire in my memories that I loved horses, and I always wanted to have a horse ride. But this was the most wonderful part of my life, when I saw that Murad was out of the window and he was with a horse. And this was my desire in life, that I always wanted to see a horse, to have a horse riding. In the second place, we were poor. This was a part that wouldn't permit me to believe what I saw. He said, we were very poor. The entire tribe was very poor. They had hardly had any food to eat. You can see, we were poor. We had no money. Our whole tribe was poverty stricken. Means in the tribe, everybody was very poor. They had no money. And to have a horse, to buy a expensive horse, so beautiful horse like this one. He said, I cannot believe that Murad would ever have money to buy a horse. So where did he get this horse from? Every branch of the Garoglanian, okay, this is an Armenian tribe. Now what is the name of the tribe is? Garoglanian. Garoglanian tribe. So you need to break the word and remember the name of the tribe. And this is an Armenian tribe, and it is known as Garoglanian. Okay, so Garoglanian tribe, that tribe which was very poor, and these two boys belong to this Garoglanian tribe. Family was living in the most amazing and comical poverty in the world. So he said, this entire tribe, all our family, we were terribly poor. We don't know where we got food from. It was really sometimes very funny, comical. Means when I thought about it, I used to laugh. We had no money, we were so poor, no work, but where did we get food for ourselves to survive? I don't know. That is what he's saying. They were so poor. Nobody could understand where we ever got money enough to keep us with food in our bellies, not even the old men of the families. He said nobody could ever understand that where did they get money, the means, from where did they get food from to eat and fill their belly and keep themselves alive. Even the old men in the tribe, they never knew how they were alive. It was all by God's grace. That's what he actually means over here. Nobody knew. They were so poor. Most important of all, though we were famous for our honesty. He said, though we were very poor, but everybody in the world knew that this Gargolanian tribe, the people in this tribe were all honest. They would never ever cheat anybody. So that was the goodwill. The best thing about this tribe was, we had been famous for our honesty for something like 11 centuries. So 11 centuries mean 1100 years. This tribe was famous all over the world, and they were famous for their honesty. Even when we had been the wealthiest family in what we like to think of was the world. So he said, once upon a time, we were very rich people. Even though after that, now we are very, very poor, we are still honest. Okay? We had been famous for our honesty. This is what he's saying. And here we are talking about 11 centuries. Centuries means 100. So 100. 1 century equals 100. 100 years. So 11 into this, so 1100 years. Okay? Now, we were proud. First, honest. Next. So we were proud. He said we were very proud. Even we were very poor. First we were rich, and now the tribe has become very poor. Still we were proud of ourselves, and we were always honest. And after that, we believed in right and wrong. And then he said, the entire tribe, everybody in the tribe, all the people, always believe what is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is bad. So they always chose the good part, even if they had to sleep hungry. None of us would take advantage of anybody in the world, let alone steal. He said we would never take advantage. We would never like to cheat people. Even we were very poor then also. And about stealing, nobody in the tribe would ever steal. No matter even if they found or things outside somebody's house or somebody's things on the roadside, they would never pick it up. They were so honest. They would never steal. So we are going to be reading only till here. Okay? We'll continue this tomorrow, or maybe in my next video. We'll continue this. I think I've already sent you question answers. I'll check that once again and I'll send. Please make sure you write the question answers also in the same fair copy. Okay? And this question answers and the chapter that we have done, all will come under Unit 1. As you are all aware by now that according to the government's new blueprint, we have to complete 1 unit in 15 days, and you are going to have an examination, a test of 100 marks in every 15 days. So boys and girls, that's going to be online. You have to write them up. Even you have to submit some papers in the school. So you better get ready with that. It's like going to be open book examination. So what you need to do is you need to read the entire chapter, or till where we have read till today. Make sure you read, you update yourself, and also make sure that all your friends actually go through it. Discuss with one another. Those who are missing or are not in the group, try to add them up, let us know, and also make sure that everybody is on the same page. Okay, so thank you so much for listening and giving your precious time. Take care of yourself and always be updated. Bye bye for now.